We're Ian and Neil, and this is 2 Tickets to Fabulous. The Golden Circle is one of Iceland's most popular day trips, and after doing the full 11-hour tour we can see why. In this video we'll take you through the route, from waterfalls and geysers to craters in the Blue Lagoon, and share what stood out for us along the way. Iceland has been on our bucket list for a long time, and by the end of the trip we really understood why people fall in love with it. We based ourselves in Reykjavik at the Canopy Hilton right next to Bad Taste, the record shop started by Björk's old band, the Sugar Cubes. Just around the corner is the rainbow painted street, something you'll see in towns across Iceland. As a gay couple it felt like a small but welcoming detail. Our guides told us that every town in Iceland has a rainbow painted street. We visited in June and also spent 2 days exploring the south coast of Iceland and another 2 days exploring the western peninsula. Our first major stop was Thingvellir National Park. It's Iceland's largest lake, but more interestingly it's where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates meet. Walking through the canyon between them feels surreal. You can literally say you've walked between 2 continents. Thingvellir is also the site of the world's first parliament. Over 1,000 years ago, Icelanders would gather here in summer to settle disputes and pass laws. Our guide pointed out the so-called murder rapids, where those found guilty were thrown into the river, a pretty harsh form of justice. Next we stopped at Geyser, where hot steam rises from the ground and the Strokkur geyser erupts every few minutes. The water shoots up about 30 metres, and what struck us is how quickly it changes. Ice-cold streams running past boiling hot vents, all within metres of each other. One of the things that made the day enjoyable was how varied it was. We stopped to meet Icelandic horses, had ice cream from a local dairy, and visited a greenhouse that produces 2 tons of tomatoes a day. They serve everything from tomato soup to tomato beer, and we tried a tomato Bloody Mary, which was one of the best we've ever had anywhere in the world. After that came Gullfoss, the golden waterfall. It's big and noisy, but also a little tricky to film because there are so many levels to it. Up close though, you really get a sense of the power. We also heard the story of how developers once wanted to use it for hydroelectricity. One woman fought to stop them, and she's remembered as Iceland's first environmentalist. Without her, it might not look the way it does today. The Golden Circle can sometimes feel like a convoy of buses, but it didn't feel rushed in our small tour with nice travel. Between the history at Thingvellir, the raw energy at Geyser, the sheer force of Gullfoss and the quirks like tomato greenhouses and Icelandic horses, it gave us a real sense of Iceland. also stopped at Kerid, a volcanic crater now filled with water that changes colour with the light. Depending on where you stand, it can look red, brown, green or blue. This was one of my favourite picture spots. Nearby, as you leave the volcano, two rivers merge, one blue, one green, which is the kind of detail you'd miss if the guide didn't point it out. On the drive towards the Blue Lagoon, you pass straight through an area that's been hit by recent volcanic activity. You can clearly see the difference between the older lava fields covered in green moss and the new ones which are still bare and black. We also drove past the new lava wall defences that have been built to protect the power plant and the spa, and it was sobering to see how the fresh lava and earthquakes have already destroyed some of the local homes. It's a reminder that Iceland isn't just shaped by its history, it's still being shaped right now. We ended the day at the Blue Lagoon. It's easy to dismiss it as too touristy, but after 11 hours on the road, it was the perfect way to wind down. Floating in the hot mineral water with a face mask on and a drink in hand felt well worth it. Neil did forget his swimming gear, so he had to buy some, and be aware that they'll happily charge you for extras like more drinks or upgraded masks. Thanks for joining us on our Golden Circle trip. If you enjoyed this video, check out our Iceland playlist for more, from our South Coast road trip to a glacier hike and an underground lava cave. And we'd like to know, if you've ever visited Iceland, what else would you recommend seeing? Let us know in the comments.